It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders.
Let's go, baby.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This is taken at the 3. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
52's the mic.
And to give this time to the tailback. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On play action, Winston. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Jackson now down around his goal line. And they work this out past the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jackson, and down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And that'll hit and kick out of bounds, they say, right at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Winston now from the 50. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Ross, complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. How about the 1st quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. On 1st down, it's Beal. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. On 3rd down, Winston. Jerry Tillery drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Fielded at the 43. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Mike Fofo. Switch.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Got the connection here to Bourne. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a run with Anderson. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Bourne. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to get...
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Taco Charlton just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Winston now to throw on first down. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. A first down throw for Winston. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Boyd, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get in the field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Winston now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Intended for Foster Moreau. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown up his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Wait. 49, 49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the pass.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Ready? Black 25. Cut.
First down, Winston. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, it's Beal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A very solid gain of 27. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Flip. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Easy. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Mike,
working out of the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes in and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready to...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Bengals. 45 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Winston. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Field. He's got a first down and then some at midfield.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down. Not only do they pick up the first, but they got a lot of extra yardage with it.
And I saw a defense that was absolutely out of sync. They didn't expect that play call at all. And it allowed the offense to actually get great blocking angles against them and allowed the back to just rumble and rumble and rumble. And as you said, tacked on big yardage at the end.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jordan Willis in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Ready? Easy. No. Check that. We want Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Know your job. Sonny. Hey.
3rd and long for Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is Do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And now the Raiders will face an important two-point conversion attempt here. They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their two-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. And the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. This pass finds its way to Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Throwing, Winston. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Following the interception, Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lightning speed there on the sack from the corner, Duke Dawson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the play fake, Winston. And This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Fourth down, Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a loss of the yard. And it's third down.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bengals, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.